My name is Brian Draper. I'm a writer and a speaker and a retreat leader. I've written a few books and I love to lead people into space.
I think many of us this morning will have been surprised that instead of you just telling us lots of tips about discipleship or good resources, you've helped people to have an experience of discipleship.
Mm.
Could you briefly explain what you were aiming at and what you were trying to do through that?
Yeah, I think we're all swimming in a sea of information. And certainly for me on my own discipleship journey, it's been those moments of encounter that I can look back on that help me not only to meet God in a moment, but also to meet who I really am in God. And so to lead people into a space, an intentional space, I talked about space being a still present, attentive, centered embrace, to learn a bit more about the nature of space and to make space for an encounter with God within it is what I was really after. The German economist E.F. Schumacher says that an ounce of experience is worth far more than a ton of theory, and that really resonates for me. And it really, I think that experience helps people to move on in their own discipleship journey. So that's what I was aiming for.
You encouraged us to think about the things that really feed us, the things that bring us alive, that we love.
Yeah.
You've also mentioned being here in Devon as a beautiful county.
Yes.
What for you are the places of encounter or the places where you personally find stillness and space?
Well, they can be both indoors and outdoors. I live in Winchester. There's this beautiful little ancient chapel. It's 800 years old. It's just one small room. There's an upper room, really. And a space like that where I can just go to be and to be still is beautiful. And I actually imagine that beautiful sanctuary space as being kind of like my innermost being as well, and invite Jesus to come into that. But I'm also passionate about getting outside, and that's, if I'm honest, where I really encounter God within creation. So I love to try to befriend trees, stay with trees and let their silent, slow wisdom just seep into me, or to walk by rivers or by the sea, anywhere where I feel that my soul stirs. I love watching the cycles of the moon. I love going with people to watch a full moon rising. It's awesome. It takes you out of your sort of small story and places you into a bigger, more organic and beautiful one.
And finally, often people in ministry might feel kind of low in energy. They might feel burned out or kind of like they've got nothing more to give.
Yeah.
You shared a really helpful quote about um, when it is that we experience burnout and when we don't. Would you be able to just unpack that a little bit?
Yes, it's from Parker Palmer, and I won't be able to remember it exactly. But what he was saying is that um, we burn out when we are trying to give what we do not have. It's not about just giving and giving, being so busy. He says if we tend to burn out when we try to give what we do not have, and yet actually, if we remain in Him, remain in Christ, and allow that organic process to unfold, like we see in autumn with fruits ripening, then we can give that fruit in season, or have that fruit picked, or even that fruit dropped, and it will not exhaust the root. So it's something to think about in terms of giving what is naturally yours to give, instead of trying to give what you haven't got.
Thank you. And I think many of us have found your words really helpful, really energizing and encouraging this morning.
Thank
Where
you.
can we hear more of you or read more of what you've got to say on this subject and on others?
Um, I've got a website, briandraper.org. I'm about to start an Advent email series. I write those daily through Advent, so it's a live experience. And what I try to do is create pockets of evocative, inspirational space for people that will unburden, not add extra to do. So sign up to that. Otherwise, I've got a few books out. My book, Soulfulness, Deepening the Mindful Life, in particular, helps people into soulful practices. And I wrote a book called Soulful Nature, which takes you on 12 walks and helps you to think about how to engage soulfully and to let your soul stir within God's creation wherever you are, and to lead people into that process.
Thank you so much, Brian. It's been a real treat today. Thank
It's
you.
been a joy to come. Thank you.